Alrighty guys, so working on the RAM. We're doing a high compression piston from DHM with their cam and their tune. So right now I've went ahead and pulled off so you can turn the crank, the inspection cover, the other inspection cover. I pulled off the exhaust and I unbolted. I think this is like a crank sensor, a crank position sensor. Could be wrong, but unplugged this sensor. We're gonna get the throttle body off right now, and then we should be pretty good. Then we'll have to set this to top dead center, and then we can probably pull the head off once it's set the top dead center. Pull the head off, and yeah, kind of just get ready to do this, and then we can probably get the old cam pulled out because you gotta do all this rocker crap and stuff. So let's get to it. Alrighty, so to get this thing at top dead center, we use an 18. You stick her in here and you'll spin this. So you'll spin it until this there's like a little O on here, and then there's a little mark on this side. When those line up, and then you also look inside this sight glass here and you'll see a dot as well. Well, it's more of a line, so you'll see a line inside there. That way you know that it's hit top dead center. And we're gonna go ahead, and you're probably gonna want an impact that probably make your life a little bit easier. Take that off. And then, so like in this high compression, doing a high compression piston, it doesn't really matter if this chain drops down in there. If you're just doing a cam or whatever, you don't want this chain to drop down in here. So you just pop that off. And we just need to get the chain off of the sprocket, like so. Go ahead and get your throttle body off. You'll have this little spacer in there. Make sure both your O-rings are on there. So I'm just gonna leave it hang. So now what we're gonna do is break off the head. You also wanna break free this one. Don't take it out all the way yet, but just break it free. So yeah, we're gonna get the head pulled off. Alrighty, I jumped the gun on doing the cam. So you pull this guy out, you take this bolt out, and then you pull, and you probably take the covers off too right away if you want. I took them off after I pulled all the shit. So take this bolt out, then you pull out these little guys, and obviously, so you're gonna take out this bolt, and then pull this plate off. It says out, so you'll remember that when you put it back in. And then this guy is your intake side. This is your intake side. This is your exhaust side. So these are my exhaust. Those are my intake. Make sure you keep those all separated. And then once you pull those out, you got to be careful too, because these things have these needle roller bearings in there. So when you pull them out, try and not pull them out with them sideways, because it'll just fall out. And if those bearings fall apart, you cannot fix them. They are garbage. So yeah. And then you just pull the cam out. Be careful not to, I guess there's really nothing for you to, it's not like a car, but just pull it out. Make sure you don't hit it on anything, I guess. So, yeah, got the head tore down. Got this cleaned up. My dumbass ran the screwdriver across this, so hopefully that doesn't fuck me. So be careful with that, because I tried getting all this crap out of here, so. Yep, so let's, I'm waiting on mail at this point. I've already cleaned up the mating surface as best as I can on this. I'll probably clean it a little bit more since I got time. And then I've also done the same thing on there. So that's probably what I'll spend my time trying to do, is get those stuff nice and clean. You want it pretty much perfect, but yeah. So yeah, let's get that cleaning, and then hopefully next we'll be putting in well, actually we're gonna have to gap the rings, so I cleaned out this as well. So once all that's done, then we'll be able to gap the rings and get it all together, and hopefully be first start. Alrighty, so new cam's in, and I got the piston on. I just got done filing the rings. Holy crap. So that's on there, and then so intake is up, and there's also an F on it. That'll be down. I think that's on the other side. Yeah, so there's an F that goes down. So yeah, there's another video of an install. I'd recommend watching that if you're actually trying to do this. If you need like a little bit more guidance, the guy's a little bit more knowledgeable than I guess. He's a little bit more skilled in the telling people how to do shit. So, all right, I've gotten this all cleaned up, and we've got all these faces cleaned up. We've got our two guides there. So we're gonna go ahead and we gotta open up the head gasket and get that one on, and then put it on. So alrighty, guys. So I have reset the ECU. So you got this guy in here, and it's got blue and green. You jump that with like, I just use like a piece of wire with 2 end strip, and you just jam them in there. You use a paper clip, and then you open this all the way while with like, so one hand holds this and then the other turns on the ignition. The thing's gonna flash, or it's gonna hold solid, then it'll start flashing fast. Within like 5 seconds of it starting to blink flash, you let go of the throttle, and then it should return back to flashing normal. Then you turn off the ignition, pull the jumper, and then you're good to go. It's reset. So it's reset. Spark plugs in, so they require you to use 62, 63. It says on their instructions right here a bunch of stuff that you need to do. So, but yeah, so it should be all together. Let's see if it starts. I have not started it yet, so we're all gonna find out together. Too easy. So now we gotta go drive it. So we gotta go drive it and do all sorts of varying throttles for like 15 minutes or whatever, so the ECU can learn. But yeah, so let's go drive this thing. First ride I'm riding in a while, so I never I filmed a little bit for when I did the big bore, or well, it's not a big bore, high compression stock bore. Nope. But yeah, so I did that, and I filmed it like my initial review of it, like how I felt about it, and the audio is shit. Hopefully the audio isn't shit. But yeah, so it's been a while. It's been about a year or so, so it's kind of a installation video and a full review. My bike's changed quite a bit since I started that, but yeah, let's take her out of gear. But yeah, there she is. All sorts of crap. But yeah, so you're here for the high compression piston. Highly recommend. I have a 14 tooth in the front, stock in the back, and I love it. It's nice. So it's a DHM high compression piston. There is a tune and a cam. The cam is a little kind of weird. It takes some getting used to, but the power is definitely there. This thing, she'll do like 64 for, say, a 210 pound rider, 5'10". So yeah, and it does great for me. It definitely, I gained like at least like 7 miles per hour, like top end, like on a typical day, like, because if there's like heavy winds, like the slowest this thing's gone is like 53, whereas like if it would have been like stock, it would have been probably like next to nothing. It's really hard to talk and wheelie, especially in, I'm still learning. Let's see if we can. Oof, embarrassing. Yeah, I'm still learning. I want to do really tight circles. That's my goal. But yeah, so essentially, like, I really like it. I recommend it. I don't really know what the hell kind of ending this is or whatever, but it's definitely worth it. If you got to rebuild your bike, do this. There's like no reason why you wouldn't. But if you're going to, like, if it doesn't need a rebuild, I guess I wouldn't say it's a big deal until you need a rebuild. Then it's worth doing. But yeah, let's do a little bit more fuckery. Oh yeah, that's right, I put a titanium block on there. I want to see if I can scrape this thing. That's still back there. I'm trying to do scrapes from a double peg, so it's a little interesting for somebody that's still learning, I guess. Oh yeah, she's back there. Yeah, I ain't playing this game with that much snow on the corner. That ain't me. Oh, she's slick. fingers are getting cold. That was my first, like, Yui. Usually it, like, wants to toss me off. So that felt good. Getting tired. My fingers are getting real cold, too. Woo! Alrighty.